Fisher's office at Arizona State University. It's also home to tens of thousands of bees.
They pollinate over a third of the crops we use. So when you go to the supermarket, a large share of the fruit and vegetable aisle will be contributed by honeybees and other pollinators.
In the U.S., honeybees pollinate about $15 billion worth of crops each year. The assistant professor says if we had no bees, we would all be dealing with severe food shortages.
This is just one of the beehives here on the Poly campus. It gives researchers a really close look at how the heat and other stressors are impacting the bees that play a huge role in our environment.
And their work is more important than ever. As beekeepers across the country report massive bee die-offs, researchers at ASU are unfortunately noticing the same trends.
It's hard to really get a pulse on patterns across the state, but we have seen some regional declines, including right here at the Poly campus, where we had an unusually high number of colonies that died.
Fisher tells me typically 1/3 of colonies die over winter, but on the Poly campus here, that was upwards of 50% last season. Why? Fisher says they're still trying to figure that out, and samples were just recently sent in for testing. It could be the usual suspects: parasites, disease, pesticides, and possibly the weather.
Especially here in Arizona, there's the stress of elevated temperatures and heat exposure. And we have previously seen that this can impact colony health and growth during the summer.
This lab is busiest in the spring and summer, and researchers like Fisher certainly still have lots of questions to answer.
So we know these types of stories can sometimes be stressful. You may be sitting at home thinking, okay, well, what does this mean for me and what can I do? The U.S. Department of Agriculture says there are things all of us can do to help prevent honeybee deaths in the future. That includes avoiding using pesticides during certain times of the day, including in the middle of the day, because that's when bees forage for pollen. You can also plant some pollinator-friendly plants. That includes red clover and bee balm. If you didn't get all that down right now, we have that up on our website right now, azfamily.com, including a whole list of things you can do to help the bees, because there are always ways, even if we're not all, of course, researchers at ASU, Scott and Tess.
Yeah. Hey, Whitney, do you know if this includes the killer bees, or is that a whole nother species, whole nother thing?
Yeah, so this is specifically talking about honeybees and the pollinators, not the Africanized bees. We know we've heard about increases in Africanized bee swarms. We've reported on that here at Arizona's Family just within the last week. We're not talking about those bees specifically, but something they have noticed, a long-standing trend, is an increase in, of course, Africanized bees. So lots of different bee topics we're keeping a close eye on.
All right. Thank you so much, Whitney.